Hello guys, Termex here, and in today's video, I want to go over every single talking weapon within Borderlands history. Now, weapons in Borderlands are generally the big marketing strategy when it comes to promoting the game, and in general, weapons are a huge part of the game. But these weapons make Borderlands just a little bit more unique in the aspect that they actually speak back to the user. Now, I'm going to be talking about every single piece of gear and weapon from the series. That is going to be the pre-sequel, Borderlands 2, and Borderlands 3. But going into the first one, we are going over the Hot Mama. Now, the Hot Mama is something you may or may not have heard of because it is a fairly new weapon, but this is from the Commander Lilith DLC, which released in 2019. Now, to obtain the Mama Sniper Rifle, you have to kill Lieutenant Hoffman, and he is located on Mount Scarab Research Center. And if he is holding this weapon while you are fighting him, he will drop it guaranteed. But what does this sniper do, and what makes it so special in the talking aspect? Well, sniper is a lonely occupation. Basically, this sniper will shoot different heart beams out of it as you shoot it, and it looks pretty cool. And I'll play the voice lines for you right now.
Pull the trigger. Take the shot, babe. Oh my! Like what you see. Ooh, look at you go. Go on, take a long, hard look. Oh, yes!
Now, in terms of a gameplay perspective, this sniper isn't going to really get you many places unless you're playing as Zero. I mean, I'm playing as Commando, and I'm using a B shield, of course. And you'll see its special effect is it is a Jacob sniper, but it is using E-Tech projectiles, which is very weird. But a little tidbit that not a lot of people know is if you are using Gauge with Anarchy, even at max Anarchy stack, for some reason this sniper stays as a perfect 100 accuracy sniper. So I guess do with that information as you will. If you're playing a Gauge build and you're using the sniper, you will never have a accuracy penalty. But other than that, it's a pretty fun sniper to use. I wouldn't recommend it in OP8 whatsoever. It could barely keep up in normal 80 versus 80 combat. So honestly, I would pass on it, but it is still a very, very interesting sniper, to say the least. Now, next up on our list is the Bane. Now, this is the fan favorite and a pretty iconic weapon from the Borderlands franchise, and this can be obtained from the Bane side quest, which is located on Sanctuary. Now, this is a very interesting gun because on top of it being incredibly loud, you probably get one of the most annoying effects in the game, which is very, very bad movement speed. And Borderlands is such a fast-paced game that if I literally use this weapon, it would drive me insane. And even with movement speed abilities, this gun will still, you know, it will still move like this. It's not getting any faster than this. I will play all the voice lines for you guys right now. I apologize in advance. Now, from a gameplay standpoint, this gun is incredibly loud, and the damage is not there. It is, maybe if you're Maya with a cat class mod, and you feel like going insane, I guess you could use it in that aspect, but it's not anything to write home about. Even with slagged enemies, even with a B shield on a Axton gun damage build, you're not really going to have any luck here. Now, the next weapon is also from Borderlands 2, and this is the Morningstar. The Morningstar assault rifle can be obtained from the mission Hyperion Contract 873, and this is located on the Highlands Overlook bounty board. And this will just basically tell you to kill a bunch of random enemies, and you will get this. And the red text states arose by any other name. Basically, that means that when it comes to the talking aspects of this gun, it won't be lustful and cute like the Hot Mama was. It's actually kind of a... She feels like she's a product of war, kind of like Felicity was in Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and she really hassles you for reloading because she is a big ammo saver and doesn't like when people waste ammo, quote-unquote. And I'll play the voice lines for you now.
You wouldn't need to reload. Well, at least you stopped shooting for a little while. Yeah!
And now going from a gameplay standpoint, I'm still using the same axe and gun build with a B shield. This sniper kind of surprised me in a way. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was one of those things where it was like, I could use any generic Hyperion sniper and probably get more damage out of it, and that's probably saying a lot in all honesty, considering it's a unique that you have to do a quest for. In general, Hyperion snipers have never been good in Borderlands. Maybe the Invader, if anything. Probably one of the more lesser annoying weapons out of all of them, just due to the fact that it doesn't really talk too much when you shoot unless you hit a critical hit. And now up next, also within Borderlands 2, we have the Overcompensator. Now the Overcompensator is a shotgun manufactured by Hyperion, and it is basically the Butcher, but the annoying version. It's basically the same exact functionality as the pearlescent Butcher from Borderlands 2. And if you do not know, the Butcher is just an automatic shotgun that has a chance to refund ammo instead of actually using it. Now, to obtain the Overcompensator, you must do the Lilith DLC and kill the Chief Executive Overlord, which is a mission in Borderlands 2. But I will play the voice lines for this gun for you guys right now.
Hey, look at that! Bang, bang, bruh! Nice! Dude, nice reload, bruh! Primo ammo, bruh!
And now this is a interesting weapon because it acts just like the Butcher, same functionality, similar damage minus the ×3. Actually, it does have ×3. I'm dumb, but damage-wise, it feels very similar, but it's very weird because it will talk quite a bit. It talks. I mean, it's not really that unique in the aspect. I mean, it's like a surfer dude, bro, that's talking to you the whole time that thinks he's cool. But other than that, it's just a talking Butcher, and this is probably one of the less unique weapons on the list. I can't give this one too much credit as it's just a reskin with voice lines, and it doesn't really have any other things going for it. And now for the last talking gun in Borderlands 2, we have the Shotgun 1340. This is actually obtained from the mission Out of Body Experience, where you actually take the core and you give it to Marcus, or you can give it to Dr. Zed and he will give you a shield. That shield is also called the 1340, but it just says shield at the end. And basically, these both talk from the same exact voice line, same exact robot. You're basically taking a loader's AI core and popping it into a shield or a gun, and I will play their respected voice lines now. Now, I guess for the fun factor, we're going to use the shield and the shotgun both in unison in combat. Traditionally, this is not possible because you can only choose one or the other in any traditional playthrough, but I think it's going to be fun just to see if maybe there's some hidden features or details that I just don't know about when you wear both. But maybe we're going to be overloaded with talking, but we'll see. From a performance standpoint, the shotgun, it's more than lackluster. It's you have to remember, you're using basically a blue Hyperion shotgun, and you're not going to be doing Butcher level damage with it. But I will say the crit damage is pretty high on it. I don't know if that's like a hidden stat, but in terms of crit damage, it is pretty nice. But now ammo is becoming a big issue with it because it has no ammo sustainability. But maybe that's why the Absorb Shield is meant to be used in unison. Maybe because it would keep up with the shotgun and they would have like a nice little synergy there. But why would you use this as opposed to a sham shield if you're really looking to regenerate ammo? So overall, the shotgun's great, and the shield itself is more or less just a generic absorb shield with a low 40% absorb chance. Now, heading over to the pre-sequel, I do want to talk about the Boganella. I'm going to say Boganella or Boganella. I don't know how to really pronounce that. It's a very weird word. Don't bully me. Now, this is a shotgun manufactured by Scav, and it's only obtainable through a mission called Another Pickle, which is a mission within Borderlands the pre-sequel. Upon completion, you'll be rewarded with this, and it could roll in any elements, and it says some pretty vulgar things. I'll play the voice lines for you right now.
Bloody empty.
Now mine is severely underleveled, and I really don't want to go to Pickle and get a new version of this, and I'm not a big fan when it comes to the save editors, so I will say from a gameplay perspective, it is a pretty generic blue shotgun. It's basically what you would expect from a shotgun that shoots like this, and unless you want to have a fun laugh or maybe try it out as Nisha, because Nisha could really make anything good in this game, I would stray away from it if you're looking to do some damage. Oh yeah, and speaking of Pickle, heading into our next weapon, we have the Heartfull Splooger. Now the Heartfull Splooger is a dull laser rifle which can only be obtained from a hidden chest within the Cluster Overlook in the pre-sequel. And this gun, if you already couldn't tell, I don't like Pickle from this game. He's annoying. And this gun kind of solidifies that for me because it's Pickle's voice in a gun. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty powerful weapon. The fact that you can glitch shotgun with this and do a bunch of damage with Nisha, and it's good. This gun is very good, but hearing Pickle in my ear constantly is not fun whatsoever. I'll play some of the voice lines for you right now.
Christ! Reload me! Lummy, I'm out! Reload you there! Oi! Reload me, smart like!
Quite honestly, if you're actually looking for a decent laser weapon, I can't really say no to this. I can't say no to this because it is a pretty good performing laser weapon, and if you could roll this shotgun and pop in the Nisha's Lawbringer, you're going to be doing quite a bit of damage, so I would definitely say this is worth a pickup. Now sticking with the pre-sequel, we have another claptastic voyage weapon, which is the Cutie Killer. Now to obtain the Cutie Killer, you must do a quest within the pre-sequel called the Sum of Some Fear, and I'll play some of the voice lines from it for you right now. Now when it comes to a gameplay perspective, this gun does decent damage when it has the right glitch effects, but if it doesn't have a glitch effect, it's kind of just a generic scav SMG, but rolling a glitch effect on this seems pretty uncommon for some reason. And if you look here, it has 2 4s, which is A and O. So I don't know if my Cutie Killer is cutie bugged, but I've been reloading in Concordia for probably the past 5 minutes, and I've yet to get a glitch effect on this weapon. I don't know if that's its special effect, that it doesn't want to have a glitch effect, but yeah, traditionally it is supposed to have some sort of glitch effect. Maybe I'm just very unlucky, but I have not gotten it the whole time I've been doing this, so if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but the Cutie Killer does not like glitch effects, so yeah, I guess that's a thing to put on there as well. And now the final talking piece of gear from the pre-sequel is going to be probably my personal favorite in the whole franchise, which is the Mork. Now the Mork shield is a adaptive shield with a, well, this one just rolled with a 69 elemental resistance, but this is a face in the crowd I fit right in. Now if you do not know, this is a Robin Williams reference, and so is the word Mork from the hit TV show Mork and Mindy, where he's basically an alien, and it's a pretty cool show. Maybe I'm old and I'm the only one that knows about it, but it also has a Good Morning Vietnam reference. When you actually, well, I'm gonna drop it first and it'll play its own little voice line, which is also another movie reference, but when you pop it back on, traditionally the quote is Good Morning Vietnam, and when you pop on the shield, it does say Good Evening Claptrap, which is pretty cool coming from somebody who I love Robin Williams in terms of acting. I think he's just, he was a big part of my childhood, and quite honestly, it's a weird Easter egg. I'm not going to get all emotional over it, but Robin Williams was pretty freaking awesome, and it's cool that they paid homage to him in some sort of way in the pre-sequel, and probably still my favorite talking piece of gear in the Borderlands franchise.
Oh, well, I guess that's farewell from me and goodbye from him. Good evening, Claptrap! Farewell.
And now finally, into Borderlands 3, we're going to start off with a pretty awesome one, which is the Handsome Jackhammer. Now this is a Hyperion SMG, which can be obtained from killing Handsome Jackie on Skywell 27, located on Promethea. Now like I said, this is a Borderlands 3 exclusive weapon, and it's basically Handsome Jack within a gun. Now I have my own personal theory that Reese turned Handsome Jack into a firearm with the module that Reese took out of his eye in Tales from the Borderlands. If you don't know, I made a whole Tales from the Borderlands theory video. You can click in the top right about now. But this isn't a theory craft video. This is a full weapon video, and I'll play some of his voice lines for you right now.
Oh, please freaking do something already. Just because I'm digital doesn't mean I can't die of boredom. You know, I heard a guy, he says he hates your favorite band. I mean, are you just gonna take that? The nerve! Or you want to go shove me into his chest and pull the trigger until he's stooped, do you? Huh? Could be fun.
And now talking from a general gameplay perspective, granted, my character right now is only 65 because that's the only handsome jackhammer I've obtained. I could vouch for endgame. It's not a terrible gun by any means. It's just like, you have better options, right? I would only use this for the TDR reload aspect of things, just due to the fact that the TDR reload bounces up and down, and that's its special weapon effect. It will keep jackhammering a TDR reload, and in that aspect, it's a powerful weapon. But as a raw damage SMG, you're not going to get much use out of it. Now for the next talking weapon within Borderlands 3, we have the Boo Plus. Now the Boo is actually a reference to the original Borderlands 3 trailer, where they showed where guns had legs and it said, "We got you," and that's what the red text is hinting at. To obtain the Boo, you have to complete the side quest Invasion of Privacy within Borderlands 3, and you get it from the final chest within that mission. Basically, you're just helping Ava find her diary, and you get this. And you may be wondering, doesn't every TDR gun talk? And that is inherently true, yes. Technically, every throwable TDR can talk. But this is the only TDR in the game that actually has a voice line called "Here Come Dat Boy." Some other ones have it since release, but "Here Come Dat Boy" was exclusive to this gun only for a long time, so I imagine it deserved a spot on this list. But in terms of a gameplay perspective, this gun isn't great at all. I mean, you can have a lot of these little leg guys summoned, but other than that, I mean, you're kind of just wasting ammo on TDR reloads, and you're not really doing damage with it. But still a cool little novelty item, nothing less. Now, another talking weapon from Borderlands 3 is the Sellout. Now, this is a pretty popular weapon for self-proccing elements on yourself to get bonus damage, but the Sellout is inherently a pretty interesting weapon. Now, to obtain the Sellout, you must do a side quest called, well, Sellout, which is a mission on the bounty board in Ambermire, basically telling you to basically off yourself inside of a little cube, and if you do it, Tyreen will give you this gun. And I'll play some of her voice lines that come from this gun right now.
This is God Queen Tyreen coming at you live from the hands of this asshole.
Focus on the plan.
Now, from a raw gameplay perspective, when she's not calling you a gun slut, this gun is... it's something, you know? I mean, you're not gonna blow minds or turn heads with this from a damage perspective, especially not on flak. Maybe Mose or Amara can make this thing work better. But I've always used this gun to simply proc my elemental damage. And now another item from Borderlands 3 is going to be the Porta Pooper 5000. Yes, this actually has technically its own voice lines. Now, to obtain the Pooper, you actually have to do a Porta Prison mission in Electra City on Promethea, and you will be getting this, the Porta Pooper 5000, and the red text is "Never washes out." This is actually hinting at the fact that the gun is covered in feces, and it will never come out, and you're basically holding a big poopy rocket launcher, and you're gonna have to deal with poop. You're basically holding poop. When you shoot this, you will hear custom fart noises. Yeah, this thing shoots poop. That's what it does. That's Borderlands 3 for you. This thing shoots poop. Now, I didn't do its own separate silent voice lines like I did with all the other weapons, just because it's farting noises. I mean, that's all it's gonna do. The damage is... it's okay, considering it only consumes one rocket per, and you're honking lumps of poop towards people. This is just one running giant poop joke, and honestly, I think it's a load of shit. And now for the final item within Borderlands history that talks, we have the Messy Breakup shield. Now, this is actually dropped by Genevieve from Borderlands 3, and it has a very awesome art. I think it's one of the most unique looking weapons within Borderlands 3. It's basically a broken heart in neon all on the shield, which I think is freaking awesome. But what this does is the Messy Breakup will summon a little drone to fly around you, and that drone will attack people. And if you have on-action skill start, like I do here, it will actually summon more drones. So when you use your action skill, you'll have even more drones to fight alongside you. And periodically, she will make like weird little quirky voice lines, which I'll play for you now.
Who needs adventure? Let's stay in tonight. I've got all 82 seasons of One Star to live.
But from a gameplay standpoint, this has actually been used to make many very good builds. I'm pretty sure this was the main staple in Moxie's Summoner Flak build, but I will showcase here when I pop Fadeaway. We now have 2 drones right there, and they're both going to be fighting for us. And if you have something like Rack Attack on Flak, you can actually get a lot more of these than just your traditional Fadeaway Flak, and you could have basically a giant army of drones. But if that's not enough for you, you can take this to the next level. Put this shield on your pet on Flak, which is in the purple tree, where you get a copy of Flak Shield, and you will both get a drone, and when you activate your action skill, you will both get another drone. So you could really take this shield to a high amount of DPS, and I think it's a must-have for Flak mains to at least pick the shield up and have some fun with it, and definitely probably one of the best talking weapons out of the Borderlands franchise. But that about wraps it up, guys. Today I went over every single talking weapon and piece of gear within Borderlands history. Let me know which one was your guys' favorite in the comments down below. I never really did a video like this, so any feedback and or advice is most helpful, and I really do appreciate you guys watching this full video. If you did enjoy this, however, please make sure you guys leave a like on it, as it helps me out a lot and spreads my content more out to the Borderlands and Wonderlands community. Make sure to join my Flak Pack Discord. Link is in the description below. And you guys have a terrific day, and I will see you guys later.